How you doing this morning? All right, this is a Carnivale update, and what we're talking about right now is this lots of curse words, freaking gemstone collector. Because most people max out their gemstones as much as they can, and what they really wanted to do was force you to buy something, but you can't even prove that buying something would be worth buying it. So if you can't prove it, why spend the money? So this asinine casino style thinking that I have a problem with, where they're trying to squeeze blood. I've mentioned this in other videos. They went over the curve trying to make up for their screw up, and they just keep saying, okay, developers, fix your screw up, with no guidance, no understanding between the guy that's saying to do it and the guy that has to implement it. So I'm going to go through what I'm showing you so that you don't have to waste your time doing it. And maybe we'll find some secret in the middle. All right? That's the goal here. I dismantled everything. I dismantled all my light gems. I dismantled everything I had. Okay? Here you see just a standard blue stone. Okay, and now I'm going to try a hope stone now. I'm going to embed it. We're going to upgrade. And that's maxed. We're going to go look. No scoring. Okay. I'm going to go through every one of my gems, maxing them out. Before I got on here, oops, I keep doing that. I already maxed out one of my as much as I can my an R6, which is higher than I ever had one of those stones. I had my sunstones kind of evened out. I never maxed one out. Okay, so let's try just a stone. And we go and look. Nothing there. Okay, so we're going back into our gemstones. There is zero guidance as to what they are looking for. All right. Now, they're probably talking about a total score upgrade. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to make all my light gems. And I was making sure that I didn't do something stupid like not have my gear with my gems on for the event to see it. All right, my big one here is these embed. And while I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and, because I only have 34 million. In other words, they made the brand new gemstone essence worthless because they brought in another material. But you're not supposed to know that. that they're switching things on you. Don't know those things, guys. Uh, it's the thinking that the customer is so stupid that they just blindly click pay, and they have no desire to broaden the base. And I've got to caution the people that have got money in the game of owning this company. Stop letting the lowest common denominator run this show. They do not care enough to do it right. I don't know why the R5 is before the R6 here. That's just a bugaboo. And it's a pain in the butt because you got an extra click in there. I guess because they love extra clicks. I mean, customers hate them. Developers seem to love them in this game. I'm going to bitch all morning about this thing because I'm tired of how much effort it takes and money it takes to build an event, and instructions on how to play the event are non-existent. All right, so I got all my gems in there. We're going to look at our thing here. We still have not earned any scores. And there's one of them up here. Maybe I dismantled it already. We'll find out. Let's go back to our gemstones. No, I didn't dismantle it, but I will. There's the big one that I had. So cancel selection. Quick select, dismantle, confirm. That gives me 63 of those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drive one of these to the top. All right, so I got 150, and then I can't personally afford that. I can't justify it anyway. All right, we're going to go check. 0 score here. And one of those gems is now higher than it's ever been. So I'm going to get all my other ones up to where they were, which is close, because I did buy a little bit of stuff. So I'm going to be right back to where I was, with 2 of them being higher than they ever have been. And then what I'm doing right here, right now, is I'm also setting up for the wolf. That's why I stacked the attack like I did. We don't care about health. I got another. I can only do one more, and it's going to wind up down here. So I got those 2 done. I got one more attack one that I can stack. All right. And everything else will be essence buffed. Which is just one level. Because you have to have that new material, right? Don't notice that. Don't notice they changed the game on you. Demanding more money for the same exact thing in a different format. It's like, oh, look how cheap we made the essence. You don't need it anymore because we gave you millions of it for free. But look how cheap it is. It's new Kingdom Spawn thinking. They're hoping the new players won't notice all the screw-ups and how they're screwing up with the old players. They don't even know these YouTube things like this exist. Oh, wow, I had some just hanging out over here. all my duelist gear that I forgot about. Well, remove that and put a freaking real gemstone in there while I'm looking at it. So my duelist boots. Okay. There I am, guys. With 2 gems higher than I had before because I didn't have any to this level of being flawless. I had none of them. So now I got 2 flawlesses and 1 epic light gem that I didn't have before because I went and bought some stuff. My total score should be higher. Frickin' 0 points. This game is bugged. This thing is bugged. Do not buy stuff to try and chase that score. Matter of fact, it's so stinking bugged. If they're going to do something stupid like a build event out of stinking nowhere, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Remove. I'm going to plan ahead before the reset. Titanium core. Oh, that's because I just took one off. I'm going to remove. Remove. I'm going to remove all this stuff. I'm going to remove my COAs. I don't know what event they're doing tomorrow. But come reset, I'm going to be 0 on everything. I'm going to dismantle all this stuff and rebuild it. I'll just wait for the reset, see what the game is. I'm in a peaceful kingdom. I can get away with that. So I'm going to go here. Say dismantle. There is 2 things I cannot do on my COAs. Alright, so I'm going to dismantle all the things. If you watch my other videos, you know you can get away with this without hurting yourself. Now, where I got to pay attention, I won 2 of these frost. Oh, that's an epic dark. Sorry. But I got a flawless frost fighter rider here. Okay, I got one of those from the event, but I can't build it. Okay. So that's the one I won't remove, that I won't dismantle. So I'm going to go through all these others because I don't know what the event's going to be. Those who pay attention to KOA might know. But if we follow the KOA events 2 months later, then you would say, well, haven't they got this figured out by now? Apparently they did not. And this may seem like a lot of work, but we will. You know what? I'll probably go do my guard weapons too, just because. And all I'm trying to do here is figure out why the high level spender keeps getting screwed over by this game in favor of the guy who hasn't spent anything yet. Because on farms that haven't built anything, I can go in and put these little Lobby blue gems in there and get all those knots. Kid you not. So we were able to score on the farms, but we couldn't score anything else. Oh, got to dismantle all that. So dink. Confirm. And it helps if you watch the video and you know you can do these things. So I'm going to do the same thing with my guard weapon. And that's that cheese ass math where you can buy this, buy that, and then you're always just a few short. To where you got to buy a package bigger than what you need. You can't buy one at one. They literally set this up that instead of charging me $1.50, $2 and making a little bit of money, due to my lack of patience, I'd like to have it right this second. I'm not going to spend $10 when in 2 days I get them for free because I know I'm going to kick the crap out of somebody in the blood war. So, is what it is, right? Remove. And I will tell you, I found a bug in this area too. That this is supposed to follow the slots, but sometimes it follows the guard. So you'll swap out your guards and your card won't show. Or weapon won't show, rather. And I think it's just a display issue. I think you still get the stats, but it is a display issue. So I'm going to strip my account down bare and see what comes next for the events. See if there's any way, because right now I spent money and I've gotten 0 knots in this event. $50 blown. So I'm gonna tag this one on the developer. I'm a little pissed off. The other thing that I had happen is where right now you see the WWE. They can't even get the right labeling up there. They've got this so screwed up. There was a misclick in here. So in the Champion store, it wasn't the Champion store yesterday. I went down here and I clicked the Royal Knights. It was down at the bottom. And some reason it gave me light scrolls. It swapped out what I bought right in front of my face. Because in the other store display, the Royal Knights were up here and the light scrolls, it did this swap on me. And as you can see right now, where they're bouncing back and forth in this stuff. So they owe me 560 knots. I went in there and rebought so that I can be within 4 of my guard weapon, because that was my goal with this event, was to get my guard weapons finished. And they owe me 560 knots, so I can come in here and buy something else, which will be speed ups or, something. Or really, I'll probably go in here and grab these 200 badges. Uh, but actually, what I'll probably wind up doing is getting these sun. I'll probably max out, since I bought twice. I'll max out on these so I can max out on my gem. But right now, because they've had so many bugs on top of bugs, they do have about $200-300 of my money, and I'm not getting anything I paid for. So my advice as a game influencer is screw this event. Stop spending your money right stinking now, because you're not going to get what you paid for. This is another WWE screw up. And for the gentleman who loves to monitor my content into the community development over at GOG, you did this. I'm going to stop your spend. You screwed this up twice. Your community support, your customer support doesn't answer. They even are just trashing and deleting the responses. Screw that. We're not giving nothing back. You won't even fix what people paid for. It's called theft. I'm not getting what I bought. You're stealing from me. All right. So this is guys, I'm not telling you to boycott the game or screw this, I'm done, or none of this stuff. But there's a reason you subscribe, and you need to tell other people to subscribe, is so that these guys know that when I have an influence and I say, look, I put my money first so that you don't waste yours. That's why you subscribe to this channel. The That's why you turn the bell on, is so that you know when I find a problem, you're going to know about a problem. You like to know when I find a hack. I get that, but right now I'm going to tell you, halt, stop, don't. Uh, they can't get their display issues right. They can't get their spin right. And they can't stop stealing from me, which means they're stealing from you. And I can tell you for a fact, when I come over here and I click Game Help Customer Support right now, in the upper right hand corner, they should be telling me, wait for a response from your other ticket. They've literally taken my last 3 tickets and trashed them. They're not going to respond to me. They're going to act like it never happened. And what I'm going to wind up doing is going to Google into the Play and demanding a refund on all those purchases I didn't get because their interface had a misclick problem. So I went and rebought to get what I wanted, to get within 4, so that I know that when I do my Blood War, I'm going to finish out my guard weapons this week. But they're not going to get to keep that money. Google will refund it to me. Because they've got so many complaints over so long a time. This is just how it happens. I would guarantee you they're having so many payment issue problems right now. My subscription breaks again this month. And every time my subscription breaks, I lose it for an entire month. I have to force Google to do a refund. They lose the money because no matter how many times I do it, their answer is clear your cache. No, it says you got paid and your game talks. That means you can't talk to Google and check the status of a subscription, whether it's canceled or live. You're not capable of monitoring the money coming into your company. That's where it's broken. And since I do this for lots of companies, if I walked in and charged you as a business consultant right now, my first suggestion would be fire that asshole. He can't even get you guys paid. It's $175 an hour, $2,000 a day. Probably have to charge you a bonus to go over, a big fee to jump on a plane to China to come over there and just point out people and ask them, what's your job? Why aren't you doing it? Why haven't you fired this asshole? The simple, straightforward questions of why is it that you can't get money from people's pockets to the company bank account? And how is it you can't make sure the customer is satisfied? We're not actually selling anything but ones and zeros. It is the core foundation of what you do, and you're not doing it. So, right now, stop your spend. They'll see it in their bank account. They'll go wonder who the hell did it. They're going to know who did it because my name's like a foul word over there at half the company, and the other half's asking me how we can fix this stuff. So, my guy's suggestion is just cold turkey it for a few days till this event's over. Do what you can do. Maybe do what I did to see if that helps us a little bit. We'll find out. I hope I've been helpful here. I know I sound a little pissed off, but I am. And I'm not even pissed off about the money. It's not a money issue with me other than the fact that they're not delivering what they sell. How much I spend is not the issue. It's the fact that if you stole $1 from me, I'd be just as mad. Because it's a digital transaction. Click the button, hand me the digital ones and zeros. I'm literally paying you for something to pop into my mailbox. We'll go pop that up on screen. I'm telling you guys, there's all the stuff that I purchased now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I deleted the other ones because I'm going to have to go back into Google, and I'm not going to dispute the last 6 transactions. I'm going to dispute all the ones before that because every one of those was a wasted money. I did not get what I paid for. I had to rebuy it a different way. The and all those purchases that I just made right there was to prove to you that this isn't working. And then I saw this insanity. Spend 1,000 stamina one day for crap rewards. Did you spend $100 to get 15 knots? The just crap. You get more for you get just as much for logging in. Uh, so somebody's got an idea over there on how to squeeze more money out of people, and I will guarantee you in your meeting, someone used the word margin. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, they're outside the margin. They're so far outside the margin. Your fix to this problem was not more money per event, but was to spread out these events. When you brought this first honor challenge in and gave such good rewards out that first time, and people spent huge money because there was value in the event, I recommended the event. You made a lot of money. Last two events, I've trashed you. You've been losing money. I've trashed you because you're just treating people poorly. This event should have a cycle that is twice the distance of what you got it now. Same thing for King of the Art race. These events need to be spread out more. You need to have more playtime in between, and then have more value in the event when they come up. You need to the amount of money a person spends per month is fixed. You are if they only have $300 a month to spend, and you got it all, casino math. You know, they're not going to give you more just because you threw another event up in 2 weeks. That monthly spend is gone. Matter of fact, what they're going to see is the piss poor value, and then you've just created a marketing issue for yourself on the fact that they didn't have the money to spend anyway, but they got a mouth to spread just how crappy you're treating them. And then the fact that they don't have the money is the excuse why they didn't spend, which is not true, but doesn't matter whether it's true or not. It's a matter about what they say and they spend and they spread. And it's gonna create a mood to suppress spending. You are creating this mood. You are screwing yourself. You need to knock this crap off. Okay. And like I said, for all you users out there, I'm talking directly. This gets shared. Believe it or not, somebody's going to get chewed out for this because they're going to pull a spreadsheet and they're going to go, crap, he's right. Look, right here, here's the numbers. Here's what you've been doing. You've cycled this up. You reduced the value right here, and our freaking profits went down. Shouldn't they have gone up? We got more. And it comes from them treating digital inventory as if they're physical goods. You cannot apply your, University of Tahiti business degree to this math. I promise you, if you've got a degree in business, you don't know squat about business because this is business math 101 right out of a college, and you don't know what you're doing. So, I hate to be mean, but there's a reason you don't know what you're doing. There's 2,000 years of history of real business, and for some reason, business schools don't teach that. Business owners know that. You go to a school to do what I've been doing for 40 freaking years. And it hasn't changed. I've been pre-digital world, pre-computer world, post-world, and immersed in this digital content. And the basic laws of business still apply to both models, yet they're not taught the same. Someone decided they knew a better way and was going to throw away 2,000 years of human interaction on how they do commerce. You can't throw it away. You're not going to get to throw it away. You don't get to think up something new and call it new when it doesn't work. What it is the new way to fail that no one's tried before. You know, that Thomas Edison thing, 1,000 ways of failure? Well, you're thinking up 2,000 ways. You see the light bulb over there. You know how the light bulb works, but you continue to try to find ways to fail. That's literally what you're doing in the history of invention at this point, is ignoring the success to seek out failure. Because we gotta try something new. You don't know till you try. You don't throw away the light bulb while you're trying something new. You do them you can use that light bulb to generate your new product. You got to see what you're doing here. And this is what I'm telling you right now is you guys don't see what you're doing because you don't have the experience from business to apply your ignorance of the education that you have in business that you're trying to apply and tell people how it works. You don't know how it works. You had no experience. You're reading from a book that anybody can read from. Everybody's read from the same book, including your customers. All right. So off my big soapbox on this one, guys. I'm sorry. If you had to stay to the end, do please hit subscribe. I'm not always this angry at things. I'm just pissed off about this Carnivale event. I'm pissed off about how bad it's run. You can tell they're putting patches in the middle. They can't get the labeling right. They're trying to pull from other events and patch into this one. Meanwhile, they're acknowledging their store wasn't working, but they're not refunding the problems the store created. And that just pisses me off. That you have a problem, but you just don't give a damn if they blew the money because it's all about the money right now. It's not about their credibility. And they're burning bridges with me. They really are. Check out some other videos. Check out some vlogs. Newer kingdoms don't have this problem because they don't have these events. So you guys just stay the course. We'll get this stuff worked out. I am working with some of the officers at the company. And quite frankly, I'm a lot less polite to them than I am to you guys with the anger that I got now because they should know better. And if they're getting paid a salary to know these things and they don't know them, then they need to be seeking employment elsewhere. We are talking about hundreds of millions of dollars if they're managing poorly. You don't get to have a job just because you think you're cool. And I'll tell you, some of the problem is they let the younger people have titles and power a little too early in life. No job experience, no management experience. Everybody comes out of college and thinks they ought to be a manager somewhere right away. You will not be successful in life till you're 40. It is human nature. You can graph it for hundreds of years that you will not start gaining money, wealth, and power until you're 40 on average. And that's because you will not have the experience to control these things until you've done things to have experience. What you learned in a book, as much as you think you know what's going on, does not matter to somebody who knows what's going on. Nor do we want to slow down enough in our life and where we are to teach you to try and take over my job. You're not capable of taking my job. And instead of learning, you're whining, pissing, moaning, and demanding to be in charge and demanding more money per hour for no skills. And it's not just McDonald's, although quite frankly, some of these guys should be made burger flippers tomorrow because that's about where their skill set lies. Down in the bottom right hand corner is RogersRaiders.com. Hit subscribe. I know I really bathered on this one. But I'm angry on your behalf. I promise I am. And I hope we're getting through to them a little bit here. You've got to give me the power. Uh, Go comment crazy on this one, guys. Uh, you got to give me the power to push this for you. I appreciate it. Thank you.